Good morning. Hi, Ernie. We're hanging out with little Miss Zilla here. Little Miss Zilla. She's on the counter next to the coffee. She's trying to get a treat. She loves treats. What are you talking about? We were just dancing earlier. Here, come get on my lap then. That's what you want to do. No? Okay. What's happening here, little lady? We got a really wet, rainy day and some storms coming. Well, actually, it's here. It has arrived, the storm. We're not getting snow, but we might later in the week. Kids going to school. Well, today is Elvis Presley's birthday and my dad's. And of course, both of them have passed away. And, you know, I miss both of them. Love Elvis. So luckily, we have, you know, Elvis on video. And I have my dad on video. Okay, this is my dad right here. Mr. Handsome. And Dad knew how to play the piano and the guitar and the trumpet and the harmonica. He could whistle. He not only could whistle, you know, do those like super good songs, but he could whistle, you know, with his fingers louder than anyone else I have ever heard. And many people have said that too when they heard him whistle. Like that. So I'm inside and I can't do it right now, but he was way better than me, but he taught me how to whistle. So this is going to be a tribute video to my family because it's Dad's birthday. So those are my siblings, some of them. My gorgeous sister, Christine. It's hard to see, not to get the glare. So I'm trying to show the big bird that Chase is on. Chase, my son right there, in the Superman costume. And because we had this big bird, and it was like psycho big bird. So the big bird was really scary that we had, and it was about maybe 12 inches tall. And it was kind of like one of those old robotic, battery-operated Godzillas that was kind of scary. And the eyes would go back and forth like this. But really slow, and it was really creepy. And it would make all the kids cry. And it might have been in that closet. Here's Sebastian and my daughter Mimi, and they were playing in all the toys. But, you know, I don't think we still had it. I think we got rid of it. There's my sister Michelle in front of, we had a baby white grand piano for a little while at my mom and dad's house. This is my dad's like first magazine that he ever published. And I was 6, and I'm the little girl walking with him right there up the street. I was 6 years old in this picture. We lived in Napa Valley, California, on Silverado Trail, and this was just right up the street from our house there, and it's pretty cool. My dad ended up publishing a magazine called Achievement Magazine. It was about family and you know, confidence and building, motivation, things that he had learned from all of the things that he studied that he wanted to practice and, you know, build into a company and a business someday. And he did, and then he got a better job. Having your own business is really hard, and he was good at it with lots of good stuff. But boy, publishing a magazine, it's expensive. It takes so much work. Oh, Dad, he was, yeah, you know, this is your legacy, Dad. Look at all these kids. That's Chase on his little Harley. And boy, they were good at driving those. This is your legacy, Dad. Here, I'm not in this picture, but couple of my other sisters are. Christine, Susie, my mom, Michelle, and little Sage Rooney. Aww. Yeah, it's cool. We got a neat family for sure. Yeah, I'm not in this one either, am I? No, this is, so I must have been somewhere else and they were just taking some pictures. Because we usually did do family portraits. I just don't have any family portrait here. But to me, it's like, hey, what did I learn growing up? Jumping on the bed is fun. You know, we got, that's part of the fun part. My dad always thought it's okay to jump on the bed. If the mattresses were on the floor, not if it had a box spring, I guess. But little kids can always do it. And definitely enjoy who you have where you have it. Spider-Man and Batman jammies. Oh, we were swimming at Andy's house in Sacramento. Really nice. I can't remember the name of it. It was like near some park, but it was really neat backyard. I just wanted to show my sister Susie. She was a sheriff for a little while, and she's a real good shot. I just wanted to let everyone know that. My little Summer, she loved her little hat there. She looked so cute in hats. Oh, I can't forget, since I'm talking about my dad, he loved Ayn Rand, and so I think most of his collection of Ayn Rand. My mom didn't want it anymore, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take them. All right, so this is my artist room in here, so it's a little bit messy, but my dad was proud of me anyways for the artist that I am. He told me before he passed away how proud he was of all of us kids, of all the grandkids, and you know, he just couldn't be more proud of how he loved and just thought we were each so special. He always used to say that we were each his favorite. So he would tell us, hey, you're my favorite. But what he meant was that I was his favorite Annette, and he has his favorite Donna, his favorite David. You know, each of us is his favorite. And being a parent, I understand the whole favorite thing. Because each one of my kids are my favorite kids. They're each my favorite. You can't not, I mean, for me, couldn't not love each one of them for each individual that they are, you know. And that's a very complex, complicated, wonderful person. Not free from being human. We're all human. And that's what makes it so interesting, you know. Glad to be here. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. I love you. Oh, is she going to get a treat then finally?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I was watching Elvis videos around 3:30 in the morning, thinking about Dad. What are you doing, Zilla? Got some treats there? Our dad loved kitty cats, and they loved him. He's with his girlfriend Lucy right now. She's a big fluffy black kitty, and she died shortly after her dad died. And boy, is she missed. Grandma misses her. Even though Grandma said she was allergic, she let Lucy stay in the house. But it made Dad so happy. Oh, what are you doing, little lady? Hmm? Don't want to eat them all? Oh, she wants to go in the office. And there's Wallingford. Yes. He's checking the bowl, but there is some crusty stuff in there that I don't know if he wants it. But he gets desperate enough. Yeah, she's definitely gonna eat it. I don't think we're gonna see Orange Kitty today since it's raining so much. Oh, Zilla's still waiting over there. She really wants to go into the office where Susie and Todd are at. I really don't think they want her in there because he's trying to work. He's getting a little frisky in the morning. What is that little lady doing? Hey, little lady. What are you doing? You want your toy? But that's what it is. Zilla. Got my big coats on so I can go for a walk. I'm doing. It is cold out here. Umbrella had 3 coats. Walking is great because it just can clear your head and clear your mind, and if you got lots of energy, you can just, keep a nice pace and work on whatever it is you want to work on in your head. And for me, it's usually that's what I'm doing. and I'm sure other people are doing that too, That's cool. It feels good to be out with Mother Nature. Yeah, it's busy out here usually. This is a more populated area. But it's, I'm really lucky to have so many trees in Washington. Tons of trees, tons of water though too. Look at all the water on the street. So much water. Which is great. We need the water. The trees need water. It does get very dry here in the summertime. The grass will dry, or it will die, the grass. Yeah, so our dad died, a year and a half or almost 2 years now. Time just goes by so fast. But I have to say that he was still the best looking dead guy I've ever seen in a casket. The best looking dead guy. You looked really great alive too, Dad. But, he looked like he was going to jump out and say, gotcha, or, surprise, just kidding. That is what he looked like. And everybody commented on how great he looked and how it almost, it was just unbelievable. He looked more than at peace, happy. He looked like he had a big smile on his face, and then he was joking. A little joke. So that was our dad. He was a Mr. Jokester kind of guy, and very kind, very sensitive. And he's just missed. He is a missed guy. So I'm sure my mom is probably out there in Utah thinking about him right now. And of course my mom has been getting a lot of looks from the single gentleman at the community place, the old folks place. She's a pretty, my mom's, a young 75-year-old and very spunky. I would say my mom is spunky, and she knows how to be the sweetest lady you've ever known. She loves church, so she's in the perfect spot in Utah to find someone. And my sister and I said, well, you don't have to get married. You can just, be very good friends go on lots of dates since there's lots of people, and everybody's older. So what, go to the movies, go to lunch. What else are old people going to do at that age? I mean, I'm in my 50s and I'm already, I have my limits. That's all I'm saying. And I'm assuming that the older that we get, you have to know your limits and what you can do. It's not about what you can't do. No, none of life should be about what you can't do. It should always be focused on what you can do. And that is something my dad taught me, and Mom. What can you do? Don't think about what can't be done, what you don't have. Think about what you do have. Think about what you can do. Because, that is a lot, whether we like to think about it or not. You think about Sylvester Stallone, what he could do, what he did do. He's one of my dad's heroes, and had him in the magazine on the cover of one of his issues of Achievement magazine. And he hired an artist to make this incredible portrait of Sylvester Stallone, and then it was on the magazine, and I think that he even sent a copy to Sylvester Stallone and wrote him a neat letter, and and he got a response back from him thanking my dad, and because I think he sent him the portrait. I don't know if he kept it or not, but it was a real artist that my dad had hired for the magazine. So it was cool. So Dad had this magazine, and Dad was a talk show host, and Dad was a salesman and a speaker. He spoke. He won 1 million awards from the National Speaking Association, and he could sell you anything. He could sell you a beet popsicle and white gloves. So I think that's how they say it on Tommy Boy. Yeah, Dad. Yeah, I feel like if I really did get to choose who I wanted for my mom and dad, I really did want my mom and dad. And that's a fact, in my opinion. And there isn't anybody else I would want as my parents, than my mom and dad. So I just think, no matter the struggles and the hardship and all that, there was a lot of happiness. And there's a lot of sorrow in any relationship, for sure. Oh, I gotta be careful of all these puddles here. Look at all these puddles I'm walking on. Ah. My parents did not have an easy job raising 9 kids and moving a lot and, keeping it all together. And sometimes, you think maybe we made mistakes along the way as parents, and of course, but what mistake doesn't have its value? You tell me of a mistake that doesn't have value. If you learn something from it, then you can move and grow and get on with everything. So yeah, I appreciate all the mistakes I made, and I appreciate that I don't have to make those same mistakes again if I don't want to, because I figured it out. And I'm really glad that Mom took us to church, even though when I was little, and I don't go to church anymore, but I'm glad for the experience of what church, just being raised like that, and with good values. Because maybe, when you're doing values all on your own, without like a club membership or sponsorship, or, when you're in a church, you're basically you're a member of the club. And, there are rules that you're going to live by, and or to do the best that you can. And so, the Mormon religion was really good because it's, no doing bad stuff. And you're trying to, everyone's striving to be the best version of themselves. And, to love the Savior. And why do we love the Savior? Because of, patience, kindness. And I really always related to that. I related to, the primary songs. And since I was in the nursery, babysitting for 35 years, the little babies, I got to hear all the nursery songs. Can't say I remember all the songs because I really have always loved music, but I don't always remember the words to any song. Even my favorite song, Hotel California, I always mess up on the words when I'm singing along. So that just, I can't explain it, but it's not like I'm going to sing a song right now. But I did like this one little primary song, and I might sing a little bit of it, but I don't think I remember all the words. Teach me to walk in the light of His love. Teach me to pray to my Father above. Teach me to know all the things that are right. Teach me to walk in the light. Woo. And so Mom used to play that on the piano, and then Dad would come and play the boogie woogie on the piano right after. And my sister and I, me and Susie, we would run around in a circle as fast as we could, get totally dizzy, and, basically fall over until we couldn't do the dancing anymore because we were just, having a great time. So that's, it's so fantastic to have music in the family. And of course, Dad also played classical music, and he was really good. The boogie woogie was so great. I've got some videos. I'm so glad I got him on video because, a lot of people didn't even know that he could play the piano like a master. and he taught himself. So he didn't play with notes. He just knew a bunch of really neat songs. He probably did play, knew some of the trumpet, but I don't even know. I mean, he could play the trumpet, he could play the guitar. I don't think that he ever knew the notes. But I used to play the flute for 3 years. And then I had a really bad accident where I got another concussion, and I couldn't remember any of the notes. I could play it, but then I was embarrassed that I didn't know the notes, and so I basically dropped out of the flute class. And we moved anyway, so it didn't matter. I mean, to the teacher, but I didn't know what was going on. I was only 11, so and we didn't really go to the doctor back then. So you get stitches, but that's if you're lucky. It has to be real bad for you to go to the hospital when you're 9 kids in the family. So, and I don't think they really knew a whole lot back then either about head traumas and stuff like that. And that's okay. I'm fine. Yeah, so I'm really glad for the journey that I've been on, this far. And it's continuing. And that's all because of being born. And, of course, it all started with conception. So thank you, Mom and Dad. Happy birthday, Dad. I love you. It's getting very cold. My fingers are freezing, so I'm gonna say goodbye now. Love, family, and thank you for everyone being here, and remember to focus on what you can do, not the opposite. What can you do? And it doesn't mean that you have to reach for something that you know you can't do. What can you do? I can get out of bed. I can brush my teeth. I can, I can drink coffee. I can go for a walk. I can. The cans can turn into a whole lot of cans when you say, hey, I can do this. I can hold my umbrella. I can wear my scarf. I can have a hat on. I can chew gum. I can walk in the rain. Well, that's all the things we can do. Those are things I can do. Ooh, I can go on the street so that I can avoid the puddle that's on the sidewalk. That's a really big puddle. And I can do that. I don't know if it'll show up, but it's a pretty good sized puddle in that. I can go for a walk out in the rain. So thanks again for being here. Have a very good day, Ernie, and whoever else is here. And I'll talk to you later. Happy birthday, Dad and Elvis.